Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Vritti. I'm an intuitive astrologer. Should you want help to take a look at your horoscope, your personal horoscope, to look at your gifts and your resources that you are born with, and maybe know a little bit more about your soul purpose in this lifetime, do not hesitate to send me a message. So let's look at this full moon, the last full moon of the year, Gemini full moon, happening on the 15th of December. Gemini has to do with the soul and the personality. It's two-faced. It's that part of us that likes to talk. On the lower expression, to talk about anything, the blah, blah, blah. And the higher expression of Gemini would be a bringer of wisdom. So in this full moon, I'm guessing that clear communication will be highlighted. It is about the soul and the personality and how the two can come together. It's an air sign and has to do with higher perspectives, ideas, our mind and thoughts, and how we use this genius mind that we have been given. What are you using it for? What am I using it for? What am I talking about? What am I speaking into creation? As we speak, we create. As I write, I create. So it's about becoming very aware about our own thoughts and where our minds are going, and if it's for your higher good or not. So when you start to observe your thoughts, you want to ask yourself, is this bringing me closer to my dream, closer to my higher timeline, or is it pulling me away from my peace and my happiness? Gemini has the gift of speech. So yeah, how do you want to use this gift? The moon on 23 degrees 53 minutes of Gemini, together with Selena 25 degrees. Sun in the opposite sign in Saggitarius, together with Mercury, who just is stationed retrograde after its retrograde period for introspection in our lives. So also in Gemini we have Jupiter and then Mercury. So ruler of Sagittarius, ruler of the sun, is now in Gemini and has been for a while, is retrograde there. And ruler of Gemini is in Sagittarius. So opposite placements, and they don't like it there very much. Let's see. What are we talking about? This full moon is the background carpet would be Pluto together with Venus in Aquarius in opposition to Mars. So this opposition between Pluto and Mars has been going on for a while and will continue going on until I think it's mid-January. And now Venus is in the picture. Venus, the divine feminine, Mars, the divine masculine, Pluto, the soul, Mars, maybe more our lower consciousness, the more human or personality traits in us. So Venus is the esoteric ruler of this full moon, and she's been giving instructions to Pluto, who is still on the very first degree of Aquarius. So Venus, love, Pluto, transformation. So Venus maybe transforming our relationships, transforming love in our minds. Venus, love, Pluto, power. So making us look at the power of love. And then the opposition with Mars, so the pull between the soul and the love, and then the more personality, 3D, material life. So there's this pull in the background of this full moon. Air sign Gemini, higher perspective, ideas and thoughts. The sun is at almost 24 degrees of Sagittarius, very, very close to the Galactic Center. So if we are aligned, if we are tuned, if we are connected to our higher selves and keep our bodies and minds pure at this time, there might come in beautiful galactic information through the Galactic Center for us to have understandings or understandings or information or light codes or activation, whatever speaks to you. So pay attention around this full moon. 3 days before and 3 days after the full moon, this will be active. So if you have any planets close to the Galactic Center, this is even more activating for you. Jupiter has been, as I said, in Gemini for a while. And Jupiter in Gemini, Gemini is the mind and the fluctuations of the mind. So with Jupiter in Gemini, we might feel that our minds are fluctuating and jumping in all directions more than usual. And Jupiter is going to stay here for a while, so we have to get used to it. So learning how to calm the fluctuations of the mind, like we do in the yoga. What's it called? Oh, I wish I knew. I wish I wrote it down. Chitta, Vritti, Nitti. No, don't quote me on that. But something like that. I might find it after. But it's about calming down all the fluctuations of the monkey mind, the circus going on here on the top. And when we observe these mind games that's going on, we can observe ourselves and see if this is taking me closer to my dreams, to my higher timeline, to peace and happiness, or is it taking me off into a horror movie where I might not want to be. So this is the beauty and the play of Jupiter in Gemini. The gift of Jupiter here, so we can really get to know our minds better. And the same thing with Pluto now in Aquarius for 20 next year is also an air sign, so it has to do with the power of our mind, this genius mind that we're all born with, but that is taken from us little by little, this creative genius mind. We're all born with it. And I love to say this because it's a reminder of who we are, who we are born as. And then with schooling, indoctrination, programming of the mind, we are stripped from the right side brain, the right side mind, the higher mind, the creative mind. And we get to use, or most of us, like when we approach 30 years old, there's only 2% of us that has this genius mind left. And that is such a sad number. But when we know better, we can do better. So we can reclaim it and take it back and just imagine you're actually born as a genius with a genius mind. And what would you use that for if you knew this from the beginning, that you are a creative genius? Everybody in different ways, of course, with different strengths and different weaknesses, or challenges, should I say. So this full moon might be an activation into your own mind, and see how far you walked off from the path of creative genius and golden thoughts and higher mind and wisdom, and how much you are every day using only the left brain, the logical thinking, the knowledge, which is nothing compared to wisdom. Knowledge vanishes over time, whereas wisdom expands over time. So, yeah, a little bit about our minds here. How can we use these genius minds that we are born with? How can we take them back and reactivate again the right mind, the higher mind, so that we can think genius ideas and thoughts and bring them out into creation through our speech and through our spelling. This full moon has to do with self-expression, big picture thinking. Gemini is that part of us that is very talkative. Even if you're shy, can be talkative in silence. It is that part of us that can sell anything. It is the teacher and also the student in us. So Let's talk about the angel and the devil on our shoulders. So this could signify also the higher mind and the lower mind. The higher mind, lower mind, the right brain and the left brain. And how much do you use them? So in the Bible, I think it says, give no food for thought, which means give no food for the logical brain. Also, I think it's 10, you should only, no, forget about that. It's something with 10% and the rest should go into the right brain. Always go to the right, always choose the right. The full moon has to do with visions, imagination, and how to use our mind for ourselves, for our own highest benefit and others' benefit. How can our brilliant mind be of service to the collective, to the earth, to envision new earth? It has to do with inner visions, new timeline, and service. So this is a good time to write, to create, to speak it into reality. Any creative expression through art, singing, poem writing, or writing in itself, speaking. So this is a good time to, like, for example, also reflect on your new year, 2025, and how you want to speak and create, or sing, or sound, or paint this new year into creation. The opposite side, or the lower side of Gemini would be feeling that our mind is going insane. Unfortunately, it is true that Gemini is the sign that has most bipolarity or insanity. This has been shown through research because there's two of them, right? So there will always be one trying to be louder than the other in our minds. I heard that insanity only comes through a disconnection with divine source. When we are not connected to our heart and to divine source, that's the only way that insanity can come into our lives. So we're learning how to discern, and we're learning to connect with the sword within, our integrity, our authenticity, the part of us that knows right from wrong. So I was thinking about the big sword, the laser sword, the glowing sword in Star Wars, and how to use this sword to fight for the good and to check in with your own sword all the time. Check in with your heart. Where am I going with this? And where is this taking me with the words that I'm using or the thoughts that I'm thinking? So the Star Wars sword can be the pillar of light within, that is knowing this right from wrong and good from evil. And this sword, when we connect with it, it brings us into integrity, authenticity, creativity, sovereignty, and righteousness, truth. The Sun conjunct Galactic Center, but also conjunct Vulcan. And Vulcan is known to be the goldsmith of the gods. So it is about perfecting your visions, to do the ornaments, to make gold out of lead for your visions. The moon is conjunct Selena, and I don't know much about Selena, but what I did find about her is that it is it has the characteristics of a protector, purity, and is illuminating your soul path. So she is here when we need guiding on our soul path, our soul mission, and she's here to illuminate, align decisions on our journey. So these two, Vulcan and Selena, are very beneficial energies and they try to light the way for you and for you to really polish your visions for yourself and your future and for humanity, and to dream new earth into being. So when you sit down in your meditation, how would you like the world to look? What would your dream earth look like? I see pure water for all. I see radiant health for all. I see radical wealth for everybody, so that we can share and build beauty. And I see vibrant nature, beautiful colors. I see happy, smiling people with beautiful, open hearts and kind, compassionate behavior. So, yes, this is what we want to create, right? To get away from the duality in Gemini, whoop, 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 the monkey mind, and to come back into center and know who we are and what we're working for. So truth and authenticity this full moon. And Sagittarius, Mercury in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the path that we're working. Transparency. And Jupiter in Gemini, Jupiter being meaning, purpose, truth. And sometimes it takes only a moment of truth to illuminate the path. And each obstacle we meet is an opportunity for growth. And growth would be Jupiter. So, what would you like to focus on this full moon? What would you want to think into creation, to paint into creation, to sing or sound into creation? What will be your mantra for the rest of this year, 2024? It went by quickly, rapid, and now we're slowing down into the holiday season. And the holiday season, what is it about? How can you use this time? Because the sun in the northern hemisphere is now very, very low, and there is less light for us to illuminate our pineal gland and our thoughts. So we need to stay aligned in ourselves and use that inner compass, that inner sword of light, until the sun again rises on the 25th of December. In astrology, this time of the year from the 21st to the 25th is when the Son of God, S-O-N of God, hangs on the same degree for 3 days, only to be born again on the 25th. That's when the sun rises again on the heavens and more light is available for us. So actually we're doing the opposite of what we should do in this period of time. When the darkness comes down, we should illuminate from within, which would mean we would fast, we would meditate, we would eat very pure food, or make sure that we feed ourselves with only the highest vibration, so that we can keep the light. But instead we are drinking and eating, and we fall down in this period. So there's less light, and we're also, and our traditions, and I would say maybe programmings when we are children, how to celebrate this time, which is really an introspection, a time for introspection. So we're like dimming the light even more with our ways of celebrating. So there are many ways of celebrating. Make sure you have a little bit of light every day. Go out in the sun, at least 10 minutes of light to illuminate your third eye and to get the light in through your eyes. Very, very important. No sunglasses. Make sure you have the light coming into your eyes. This is when your thoughts will illuminate, and your third eye will illuminate. And also make sure you take care of yourself and you are in nature, and balance out all this festivity and all this eating and drinking, so that you are feeling good and well in your body. So this was my reading for the full moon in Gemini. I don't think I have anything more. What are the visions? How do you want to end this year? What kind of self-expression would you like? What do you need to communicate to feel a lightness around your heart this at the end of this year? And so you can start the next year fresh and beautiful. I did pick a card from the Mary Magdalene deck, and what the card that popped out is this, The Secret. It's a beautiful card, and it is looks like a face with eyes closed, so going inwards, and we see the beautiful light in this person's face. And there are some symbols here as well. I'm not going through too much into those right now. The Secret. Let's read it together. The Secret. Someone will soon confide in you, and the information they divulge may shock or disturb you. So it has to do with information, Gemini, information. You may feel torn between the loyalties you have for two people, and this creates a dilemma for you. What is the right thing to do? Should you divulge the information or stay silent? In your heart, you will know. Inner compass. Ultimately, you must be true to yourself, Jupiter, for only in doing so can you be true to others. Revealing the truth will definitely cause upheaval, but eventually, as things settle down, your honesty and courage will be appreciated. Don't dwell on feelings of guilt. Express what is in your heart, for a hidden blessing is in store for all. As a result of the coming events, both you and others will feel a sense of relief. There are positive results for all concerned. However, these can only be actualized through your courage and love. So with compassionate self-expression, honesty, authenticity, anything can be expressed and shared. So that's all for today. May you be safe and protected. May you be peaceful. May you be filled with love. Until next time, thank you for listening in. Like and subscribe. Namaste. Bye for now.